Here tonight. I'm incredibly excited to be here. I'm incredibly excited to see you all, and I'm excited to be poised on the brink of a momentous victory for this community on March 20th. As Rebecca mentioned, she didn't introduce herself. Rebecca Reynolds, my wonderful campaign manager. As Rebecca mentioned, we gathered here 6 months ago, here at Coles, to launch the campaign. Many of you who are here tonight were there then as well. On that night, I laid out what was at stake in this campaign. Representative Tony Berrios, the incumbent for 10 years, has spent her political career fighting for the interests that got her elected, the machine politics, the corporate interests that backed her campaign. I pledged on that night to be an independent leader, a progressive leader who would fight for our shared values, for the concerns that our communities share. I told you that Tony Berrios will have big money and lots of political clout behind her, and I told you exactly what we needed to do to overcome that and win. We were going to do it one door at a time, one voter at a time, one conversation at a time. We would build a grassroots movement here in this community that would shake the very foundations of the political establishment in the city of Chicago. We believe in that promise, and we still believe. You know, in those first weeks and months of the campaign, there were plenty of folks who didn't believe in that promise. A lot of the political insiders, the consultants, the folks who I would sit down and have meetings with, they were skeptical about it. You know, the nicer ones would say, well, Will, this is really great, and you know, if you do this right, you're going to be in a great position to win in 2014 when you run again. Those are the nice ones. And then there were the less nice ones. One in particular, I remember this conversation like it was yesterday. Looks me in the eyes and says, Will, you're naive and you're stupid. You're going to win 25–30% of the vote, and then in 3 months you're going to move out of Chicago. At least he was direct with me. But, you know,
that conversation was so various.
But, you know, all
fucking ass out of Chicago.
all these insiders, they all agreed on one thing, which was that there was no way that an outsider first-time candidate could take on the Berrios machine and win. Well, we are less than 3 weeks away from Election Day, and I'm happy to report that they are changing their tune. The latest polls in this race show that this thing is neck and neck, and the momentum is all We've been endorsed by the Chicago Teachers Union. We've been endorsed by the Illinois Educators Association. We've been endorsed by the National Democracy for America group of millions of I know they don't endorse a lot of state legislative candidates, but they got involved in this race because they saw what was up here. The local Democracy for America group has been fantastic. They've been behind us from early on. Progressive Democrats for America, the Independent Voters of Illinois, the Progressive Alliance just endorsed our campaign. I mean, the list goes on. The momentum is right now. And the way we got to this position is exactly how we said we would. I've been knocking on doors every single day since August, 4 or 5 hours a day, 8 hours a day on the weekends. And so many of you in this room have volunteered with us. You have been diligent and tireless in your outreach to voters, and our message of new leadership has resonated across the 39th district. The voters in this community are looking for it. You know, as Rebecca said, we've spoken to thousands of people who have pledged their support for this campaign. 2 out of every 3 voters we talk to promise that they will vote for us on March 20th. Yeah. The people who really matter, the constituents, the voters in the 39th district, have believed in the promise of this campaign since day one. And that is how we got to the position that we're in today. Now, even my opponent is starting to believe in the promise of this campaign. I brought this along with me today to show you some of the mail that's been sent around here in the district. I've learned some interesting things about myself. I support payday lending. I'll stand with predatory lenders who help put us further in debt. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Yeah. Will Guzzardi stands with outsourcers, not Illinois workers. They've photoshopped this gray-looking evil picture of me here. Sending jobs to Egypt and the Philippines. I did it while I was capable of This is just mail that's gone out in the last 2 weeks about this race. All these are different pieces that they're sending out.
God.
And what we've seen, and I continue to go door to door, and many of you have seen it on the phones and been talking to people, the voters in our community simply reject this. They see it for what it is, which is the machine trying to cling to power, you know? And that in the meantime, our candidacy is building momentum every day. And we are keeping the voters in this district focused on the things that matter, right? What's truly at stake in this race is the fate of our public education. What's truly at stake in this race is the safety of our communities. What's truly at stake is, will we turn our economy around? Can we stop the foreclosure crisis and bring our neighborhoods back? And fundamentally, what's really at stake here is, can we bring about a better type of politics in the state of Illinois, in the city of Chicago? That's what's at stake. And if we fight every day between now and March 20th, if we continue knocking on doors, if we get our mail in people's hands, if we ring people's phones, and if on election day we mobilize this community and get people to the polls, I believe, as I have always believed, as we have always believed, that we will deliver a momentous victory on March 20th for this community. But we cannot let up. We cannot let up for 1 minute between now and March 20th. The forces that are attempting to stop us are strong. They're trying to deceive. They're trying to distract. We must continue to build and focus and concentrate on victory. So what I'm going to ask you all to do right now is take out your phones. Take out your planners, your schedules. Take a look at March 20th. A little less than 3 weeks away. And I want you guys, by a show of hands, to show me how many of you will stand with us on March 20th for the whole day, for part of the day. That's just about everyone in this room. That is phenomenal. I am so proud. I want to make sure that you find Diane. Diane, can you wave to us? Diane is our election day coordinator. Her full-time job is preparing for March 20th. So make sure that she has your information and then you can set aside some time. And then in the meantime, between now and March, we have to continue reaching out to voters. I want by a show of hands to see how many of you all can volunteer 2 times with us at the office between now and March 20th. I think a few of you probably can swing that. Absolutely. That's wonderful. That is the commitment that it's going to take. Those are the resources that it will take to win this election. And I firmly believe that it's within our reach. So I'm going to turn it over to Cass, my dear friend Cass Duffy, in just a moment to conclude the program. But I want to leave with this. Yes.
Give your office address.
Our office is at 3101 West Diversey, which is Diversey and Albany, so just a little bit east of Kedzie on Diversey, right around the corner from here. But I want to conclude by thanking you all from the bottom of my heart. Your support, your belief in this campaign from day one has gotten me through thick and thin, and it's gotten this campaign to the position that we're in today.
We believe in you.
And in 3 weeks from now, the eyes of this city are going to be on us. Okay? So let's make them believers too.